Hi guys, this is Lisa Joya. I'm on my way to get my son to school. I have an interesting situation going on at my son's school. Yesterday, my son told me that this girl, Desiree, tried to choke him, and he was blamed for something he didn't do and didn't say, and the girl thought he did it, and so she grabbed him and tried to actually physically choke him to the point he couldn't breathe. And so he told me as he got into the car yesterday, and we were like almost like 3/4 of the way home, and I turned the car around. You know, a sick as dog, not feeling good, tired. You know, what anemia really makes you feel, you know. Well, anyways, I turned the car around, went back to the damn school, and I demanded to see the assistant principal. And I demanded a meeting with the parents, but the school's protocol, quote unquote, doesn't allow both parents to be in the same room as in form of mediation, which is bullshit in my opinion. And then he's having issues with 2 other boys that were his friends at school, causing problems, incidences, and just being totally disruptive in class and disrespectful and just absolutely rude, you know what I mean? Just absolutely disrespectful, like they have no manners, like they're not even being taught that at home. Like they're reflecting that at school. Then there's this other incident, you know, that's been happening, you know what I mean, where these kids, you know, are just trying to touch my son's iPad, and he has a school-issued iPad, and he's not allowed to take it home now because the settings keep getting changed. And this time, one of his friends said, "Oh, I changed your Google password," while his back was turned or something. But it's like, you know, why would the kid even remotely say that shit? You know what I mean? So I also mentioned that to the assistant principal. And then about the girl trying to choke my son, we made a report like this before to the assistant principal, and we had it written down, and it wasn't dealt with properly, and now it's happened again, and he's acting all surprised that he didn't even know about the first incidents. So, I mean, the assistant principal's acting stupid or dumb about it, or like he doesn't even keep track of things that he's supposed to be keeping track, you know? Well, then today, Coach can't do anything right, which means, Coach Cantwell. We call him Coach Can't Do Anything Right because he's always trying to tell my son, "Oh, you can't do this, oh, you can't do that," and always some type of excuse or something while my son can't do something. Well, they're supposed to be going to Disneyland in a couple of weeks, and Coach wants my son to partner with this kid named Josh. And this kid named Josh is one of the kids that's one of the instigators. That I also demanded a meeting with the assistant principal that the parents be notified. Because my son's doing everything in his power to do the right thing, doing all the reporting that he needs to do, and nothing's being done about it. And I'm about to get to be zero to bitch very soon about this incident if it's not even handled properly, and I don't feel like it is. I'm about to go to the damn district, and I'm not afraid to go there. Well, anyways, Coach Can't Do Anything Right called me on the phone, basically pissed off at me because I won't allow my son to go to Disneyland because he's being required to partner up with this kid named Josh, who's a freaking like bully instigator, you know. And you know, my son's held off beating this kid's ass, and I'm at the point, you know, where I'm going to start allowing my son to beat the shit out of this kid if this kid keeps trying to touch him or invade his space or disrespect him or I mean, you know, I mean, not hit like as in like, or defend himself with words or something, because my son doesn't. He's been going through the proper channels at school. But I'm at the point where the kid's trying to go into my son's space, trying to touch my son in an inappropriate way. It's not sexual, like, inappropriateness, but it's, like, touching him without his permission, and my son saying stop doing it, and the kid keeps insisting on doing it still. And yet Coach can't do anything right. Coach can't do anything right. Is insisting that my son being partnered to Josh, otherwise he won't be able to go. Otherwise Josh and my son won't be able to go. Well, my son's so upset about this whole crap that he called me back on the phone after everything was done over with, because Coach can't do anything right, got pissed off and hung up on me like a little pussy. And my son called me up on the phone saying, I don't want to go to Disneyland, Mom. I don't want to go on this trip with Coach can't do anything right. Coach can't well. You know? So here I am, pissed off because this teacher, is disrespecting me. He told my son one thing. He said this to my son, and it was like out loud. Oh, I'm not scared of your mother. He's going to have to learn to be very scared because his job's going to be on the line in about a week. I'm not afraid to have people fired and shit if they're going to not see the dangers of the situation. I have asked the assistant principal to keep them separated. My son tries to avoid all these kids, and they keep coming at him, trying to cause trouble and strife with him. So, I'm just kind of floored and pissed off and baffled. And why? I'm gonna go there. Is it Coach Cantwell eating aluminum? Did he go to Stupidville? Is he eating aluminum? He's got like Alzheimer's at his age. I don't care if he's the freaking tallest freaking teacher in the whole entire school. I still whip his ass because he's not even seeing the fact that he's not protecting my son. And as a teacher, as an adult, and you are in charge of many children, you're supposed to be protecting them. And if you're not going to protect the children, then you don't need to be a teacher. What good are you if you've forgotten your main goal besides to teach? So that's my thing, and he actually got pissed off and hung up on me. And then he also told me Saya also told me that that Coach Cantwell can't do anything right was mumbling some crap underneath his breath about me. Well, he's going to be mumbling a lot more when he doesn't have a job anymore and he keeps trying to screw around with my son and not seeing that he's making my son uncomfortable in his situation. I'm getting really sick and tired of these school officials and teachers and any people in these schools. They're not even seeing what they're doing to these children. So, Hi, honey. How was school?
Hi. Good. Oh, not good, but
How was school? Boring?
Oh, yeah, boring. Well, my counselors finally got to me today.
About the one report you mentioned about Josh? That's another thing. He reported another kid. And that's that same kid I was just talking about, Josh.
Josh and Ollie.
They
finally got to me today in sixth period, near the end of the day.
What happened after that?
I went back to class.
So what happened with the meeting?
Well, she asked me a few questions. I answered the questions.
What were those questions?
I can't remember them right now.
Are you upset? Are you?
A little.
Okay. We'll talk about it later. I'm going to sign off. Okay? Oh, yeah. I'm signing off.